Hey, what's up guys? Everything Apple Pro here. Hope you're staying safe and healthy. I've got your dose of Apple leaks and news today, including the iPhone 12, some accurate pricing, release date info. One of the models may contain Touch ID, iOS 13.5, and a host of other news. Also wanted to mention I have drawn giveaway winners for our iPhone SE draw. I will be doing another one for 4 iPhone 11 Pros as we fast approach our release date for the Rebel Series cases on the 28th of this month. So stay tuned for that. Honestly, so exciting. We've got a lot of logistics here to take care of, so making ends meet, but we're gonna make that launch. Sorry again for delaying it so long, but I promise it will be worth it. All right, so iOS 13.5, let's start there. I didn't cover this one, but essentially what happened is from 13.4.5 beta 2, Apple jumped straight away to 13.5 thanks to a new SDK. Basically, Apple had to update from 13.4.5 beta 2 straight to 13.5 beta 3. Now we're on beta 4. They dropped that today. And it includes a new SDK for contact tracing in order to let you know if you've been exposed to someone that has had a confirmed case of coronavirus. This is a somewhat controversial feature, but it should help save lives. Right now it's limited to health officials, but eventually you will be able to enable it if you so choose on your personal device. And a great feature that Apple brought to 13.5, which I think should have been there to begin with, is face mask recognition. Essentially, whenever the lower part of your face is covered up, your iPhone will now recognize that and immediately bring up the passcode screen prompt. Before, you'd have to error out a couple times before that automatically popped up. Just a needlessly long process, which is now almost instant when your iPhone recognizes your face is covered. Awesome, especially for these times. And another great health feature in 13.5 is the ability to automatically share your medical ID with a dispatcher on an emergency call from your lock screen without having to dig through your iPhone. This is an option which can be disabled. Also, Apple has further refined their exposure notification toggle within the privacy settings, the health category here. They've made it more clear how your information is shared, and they've made it apparent that this information is not shared unless you have a specific third-party application in which you give access to. Now, the very un-Apple-like thing about this whole iOS 13.5 release is that Apple has left millions and millions of people open to attack with various bugs which have been exposed, such as the notification crashing bug, the various mail bugs. There's a new sandbox 0-day bug, which was patched in 13.5, but still open in 13.4.1. Why has Apple not patched that with a small 13.4.2 update? And Apple's also pushed out a new software update for the AirPods Pro. This one has mixed results. Some people are saying it's an improvement over the pulled firmware, which was bricking AirPods Pro and general instability. Others are saying there's no difference. I personally could not tell the difference between the last one, but there's a new one out. And Apple has announced that Worldwide Developers Conference will now be virtual and happening on my birthday, June 22nd. Thanks for the gift, Apple. I'm so excited to check out iOS 14. We've heard so many features just in leaks. Think about everything that hasn't been leaked yet. I'm so excited for that one. So anyways, we'll be seeing iOS 14 Beta 1 on June 22nd. And by the way, were you guys able to discern any secret messages from the invite this time? There are some far out theories there, but I think that this just signifies that it'll be a virtual event and you'll need a computer or device to watch it on. Maybe we'll see the first ARM Mac there, the 12-inch version, who knows? Also, the date for WWDC has been pushed back 2 weeks. I think this signifies that many of the products are experiencing delays, as well as the iPhone 12s here. So as a result, of course, the event itself will be pushed back also. Doesn't really mean anything, but Max Weinbach sent me this. Xcode, the latest beta, does include reference to iOS 14 and iOS 15. In case you had any doubt that Apple was working on those, there's the evidence. Okay, and getting into the iPhone 12 stuff. So I wanted to say we've updated our designs once again. Since Mac Takara was correct about the 6.7-inch iPhone 12 Pro Max, we've used their measurements for all of the other models, the 6.1 Pro and non-Pro models, as well as the 5.4-inch. And I wanted to say we were completely wrong on the sizing of the 5.4-inch. Ours was way too big. Actually, taking a look at the sizing in reference to the other iPhone sizes, this thing is small. Imagine that design, full display. This is going to be a ridiculously popular device. You already know that. People love small phones. I'm really excited to hold that tiny little nugget in my hands, but the iPhone 12 5.4-inch, much smaller than we thought. Also, courtesy of John Prosser, we now have our first look at the iPhone 12 lineup pricing. Usually around this time, May, June, we'll be learning these, so this sounds about right. The iPhone 12 5.4-inch entry-level model will start at $649. This is the cheapest organic LED display Apple has ever offered on an iPhone in the smallest form factor. $649 sounds like a steal. A step up from that, the iPhone 12 non-Pro 6.1-inch model will be $749, also an organic LED model. Those two base models will have dual lens cameras. So going further, the iPhone 12 Pro will be $999, sounds about right, and the iPhone 12 Pro Max will be $1,099. So the pricing is staying the same on the Pro models. We don't know about the pricing for the storage, but that sounds very fair to me given the circumstances and everything that's going on, all the tech that's going into these iPhones. I know personally, just listening to all these leaks, seeing how it unfolds, how much work is being put into these, it's crazy that Apple is keeping the price the same. I expected $1,200 for the Max version, and $1,099 sounds very fair. He also confirms that all models will be 5G. No details on millimeter wave or sub 6 gigahertz capabilities if they'll be split up like some of the other leakers are saying, but they will all be 5G. In a separate leak, Prosser predicts that Apple has new iMacs and AirPods ready to go, probably in a warehouse already packaged up, waiting for you. Just unclear when they'll be shipping those out, whether it'll be a WWDC or an earlier drop like we've been getting sporadically here. Also, Prosser, you madman, you leaked the MacBook Pro before Apple dropped it. I thought that was so funny. MacBook Pro 13-inch, we got a new version of that with the latest 10th generation processors and an all-around spec bump. So not the 14-inch version, which was hyped, but still an appropriate upgrade. I just got the 16-inch version here a bit late, but it's a pretty cool laptop. Just hate that it doesn't have Wi-Fi 6. Also, Prosser mentions we'll be seeing AirTags at WWDC, something that Max Weinbach earlier predicted. And the Wall Street Journal reports that Apple has delayed mass production of the iPhone 12 by about a month. We'll still make a 2020 release, they say, but the order number has gone down slightly, 20% or so from the original intended amount. 2020 release is still likely. An outlandish report from Economic Daily News says that we still could see a Touch ID version of one of the high-end iPhone 12 models this year. So likely the 12 Pro Max, which was rumored earlier to adopt an in-screen ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, could still happen. This would be in collaboration with Qualcomm, and it's possible that it could work on a larger portion of the display, unlike most of the Android phones nowadays, which have a very small area where you have to fit your finger in, and it doesn't always scan perfectly. It's totally understandable why Apple wouldn't launch this technology right away. They want the in-screen fingerprint sensor to be mature, to be much more accurate, more reliable, something that I'd say it's not quite fully ready on Android phones right now. It's a bit frustrating to use that on my Galaxy S20. Regarding that in-screen Touch ID, Mark Gurman of Bloomberg did report that that would be happening in 2021, but otherwise other sources did confirm that it is happening. Apple is working on a Touch ID iPhone. Eventually, they're going to want to bring that back for a full screen, bezel-less display before they place the cameras beneath the glass. So it's happening, it's just a matter of, is it happening this year or is it happening next year? And the overall smartphone market is on decline. It's looking a little bit grim right now. 16.5% decline in Q2 with about an 11% decline year over year. Apple's iPhone SE is their saving grace right now, as many Android owners are even converting to the iPhone due to the price and the performance point you get at that price. A sad report from iFixit has found that Apple has removed the chip responsible for 3D Touch in the new iPhone SE. Even though the display is the same, you can swap the display with the iPhone 8. The chip that drives the 3D Touch support has been removed. iFixit went as far as putting an iPhone 8 display in the new SE, but they could not trigger 3D Touch. That is officially dead, as sad as it is. Also, progress is being made on Car Key on the consortium side. So the Car Connectivity Consortium has released specifications for their Digital Key 2.0, which uses NFC, and they've detailed their 3.0 version, which would use an ultra-wideband chip and Bluetooth low energy version. This is tech that Apple is eventually bringing to the iPhone, possibly starting with this year's iPhones in September when they launch them and then October release. But it's exciting that eventually you'll never have to carry an additional set of keys with you, as everything will be digital and in your phone. And a new iMessage patent application is showing that Apple is seriously revamping the iMessage experience and could soon make it possible to edit your texts. Now, it'll leave a little paper trail. You'll see the edits, but that could soon become a thing in iOS 14 or possibly a future version. Also, a ton of new menus, such as new menus for reactions and group messages, a ton of things in that patent, but iMessage is getting a huge overhaul soon. And Tim Cook mentions Apple employees have their heads down and they're working on new products. So excited to see them. Also, for iOS 14, that's coming as soon as next month, man. So exciting. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Just a couple weeks until we launch. Again, I'd love your feedback on our beta 2 of our Gen 2 case. Let us know any improvements you'd like to see down below. Peace.